President Vladimir Putin is set to announce Russia will formally annex territories in Ukraine. The U.S. and its allies are now vowing to impose new sanctions on the Kremlin as the conflict intensifies. Elizabeth Schulze has the latest.
As his military invasion of Ukraine faces setbacks, Russian President Vladimir Putin is escalating the war with the plan to annex Ukrainian land. The Kremlin staging a signing ceremony Friday, where Putin will formally declare Russia is taking over 4 territories in Ukraine, a blatant violation of international law.
The United States will never recognize Russia's claims on Ukraine's sovereign territory. This so-called referenda was a sham, an absolute sham. The results were manufactured in Moscow.
The regions Putin plans to annex are not fully controlled by Russia, as Ukrainian forces continue to fight for their homeland. A defiant Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is calling out Putin, saying these brutal violations of the UN Charter must be punished. The White House vows Russia will face more sanctions as the U.S. sends more military aid to Ukraine and Eastern Europe. 7 months into the war, weary Russians are fleeing in droves, trying to escape Putin's military draft. The U.S. is ordering Americans in Russia to leave to avoid getting drafted, while Finland is now closing its borders with Russia.
The aim of the resolution is to halt Russian tourism into Finland and transit through Finland to other Schengen countries.
And in another sign of Putin's desperation, NATO is officially blaming Russia for sabotage of the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines. Images show a 4th leak on one of the pipelines, which funnel natural gas from Russia to Europe.
President Biden didn't respond to questions today on whether Russia is responsible for sabotage of the pipelines. The Kremlin denies any wrongdoing. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.